We are finally going to go and join the deliberations at the summit of mages. Let's see how this goes. I imagine the choices we've made are going to make sure this is different from what could have been.
So, even
Especially since we left Henselt alive. This will be interesting.
Knows well that
And we've got all the information of Triss. Only thing we haven't got is we didn't get the... We chose Triss over the heir to the Temerian throne. I wonder how that's going to change things.
We're about to witness a great event.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's go inside.
It's now or never.
Whether you like it or not, John Natalis, Temeria will be divided.
For the good of the entire North.
The united forces of Kedwin and Redania will end the fighting among the Elder Houses and secure peace from Gorsvelen to Ellender.
Temeria has yet to speak its last.
Vernon Roach, commander of your fallen King's Special Forces, was responsible for today's massacre in the Kedweni camp.
Has he been captured?
He fled. Our people are on his trail.
Lesser incidents have culminated in war, Constable.
Roach acted on his own behalf.
This illustrates precisely why Temeria cannot be left to fend for itself. The result would be anarchy and chaos.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the charter of the Council and the Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous Conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
Good question, Radovid.
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The Conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the Conclave's interests in mind.
True.
Obviously, sire. The Conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the Northern Kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the Conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanserville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you should be allowed to designate advisors to cowherds at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
Sheila de Tanserville should never be allowed to sign this document.
Triss Merigold, you decided to join us after all.
De Tanserville has royal blood on her hands. She can't sit on the Conclave.
That is a lie.
Have you anything to support these claims, Merigold?
There are witnesses who will confirm that Sheila de Tanserville was behind the assassinations of Demavend and Foltest.
She is fucked
Officials
now.
of the future council and conclave. Sheila de Tanserville should be arrested and tried. If Triss Merigold speaks the truth, Lady de Tanserville will be condemned to death.
Sheila de Tanserville, until Triss Merigold's charges are dismissed or refuted, you cannot sit on the Conclave.
Arrest her.
You don't know the whole truth. Merigold doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well, tell it then. Say your piece. What the oh, it's the dragon. Oh, it's the dragon. Is that the same dragon that was on the assault of the castle in the intro? The one that we shoved a sword in its mouth. Oh shit, that makes sense. If that's her dragon, she would have been there when Foltest was killed. Brutal. It all makes sense. Enter the dragon.
Trapped! Magic's no good here. I can't get us out. Sheila! You have to get Sheila!
Let's do it then, baby. Call me the fucking Dragon Slayer.
Turn back while you can, Witcher. You can't stop me. Not you, not anyone else.
Well, we'll see about that. You should have accepted your
If
fate.
I have to, I will kill you.
The thing is, alright. Oh shit. I've actually got nothing. I've personally got nothing against Sheila. Nothing at all. She's never done anything. She's never done anything to me. She was just trying to like serve herself. But now that she's directly affecting me, she's gonna have to go down to Chinatown.
You're late. I've already managed to stabilize the portal.
You've got nowhere to run. Sooner or later, somebody will find you.
I prefer to leave on my own terms.
Where's Letho?
Sir Synthesis will tend to him, as she will to all the fools who get a hard-on at the mere thought of burning a sorceress at the stake.
Where is he?
I don't know, fool. I've been looking for him since Foltest's assassination. Letho cheated all of us. We were deceived by his dull face and sluggish stare. Don't you understand? The Lodge sought a way to get rid of Demavend, that's true. He was a weak, volatile king. Edirn would eventually choke to death under his rule. We chose the lesser evil. He had to be eliminated, and Letho happened to be at hand.
Foltest? Henselt?
We had nothing to do with that. After assassinating Demavend, Letho used our gold and magical support to find and meet Yorveth. The elf was to help him hide until the matter blew over, or so I thought.
She was just a puppet.
The Lodge did not condemn Foltest to die.
Then who did?
Nilfgaard.
Yes.
Letho is the king of liars and emperor of traitors. From the start, he worked for the glory of the great sun and the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
I don't doubt that one
He
bit.
lied to everyone. Me, Yorveth, your stupid little Triss, and you.
Got any evidence?
A moment ago, I received a message from the Lodge's agent in Sintra. The Imperial Army is on the move. They're fording the Yaruga now. Do you think the North can defend itself in the current situation? And can you count on another miracle at Brenna?
I don't know, but you made it all possible and you'll answer for that. The stigma of treason is yours for all time.
We shall see. For no one will leave this city alive. No one will tell this story. Philippa controls the dragon. As soon as I disappear, it will turn the city into a flaming tomb.
The dragon attacked Foltest's troops during the siege of Lavalette Castle. That hardly supports your tale.
We
Exactly.
did not control it then. We may have lost a battle, but the war is just beginning. You, however, shall not take part in it. This is your end, Witcher.
Why do you want to kill me?
Farewell!
Something's not right. The diamond! Someone replace the diamond! This one's flawed. I'll be torn to bits! Geralt, remove it!
You waited long enough. Should you survive, go south to Nilfgaard, where you'll find Yennefer of Vengerberg. Farewell, Witcher.
And that's right, because we know that Yennefer is Nilfgaard's advisor. I wonder if she's got anything to do with it. Okay then, fucking dragon. What a bitch. Slay the beast. I'm not doing a very good job of hitting it here. Oh, we are just carving it up, tanking it to bits. Get wrecked. The hell's going on here? I just turned the light out. I don't actually know what I'm doing here. Climb. Oh, we're going up, are we? Is there anything better than fighting a dragon on a tower? Slay the dragon! Oh, you have to hit its head. Right, you have to hit its head. You're not allowed to hit its... Oh, motherfucker. You're not allowed to hit its body. Made that and Quen all day. Oh shit, maybe not. Fuck. Actually gonna kill us. What happens if... Can we use any spells on it?
Damn you.
This is actually quite challenging, this. Like, there's very little openings. It's nearly dead, I just need to survive. Got it. You just have to use light attacks to cover the closer distance. Go on, light it up. Huh? I pressed it. I pressed the button. That's so funny. That is so fucking funny. This is why you shouldn't have quick time events in your fucking game. Lads, I was mashing that so hard and it didn't fucking register. Oh good, it's saved here. I wouldn't have been happy if it didn't. I don't know if I pressed that either. I'm trying to enjoy the fucking cutscene, man. I didn't want to press buttons. There, it did a backflip. Oh, what a shot. Did you see the hook that he used? It was his trophy hook. A big ass trophy. Fuck it. Leave it be. It's not the dragon's fault it was under control by Philippa, wasn't it? Probably didn't know where the fuck it was. Poor thing probably woke up as soon as the sorceress left and was like, what the fuck's going on here? Why am I so angry? Wonder if it survived.
A list of the Lodge's sorceresses. A list of the whores you'll help us find.
It's a witch hunt. Which was inevitable.
What's going on here?
Oh shit, I wonder who they were. Oh, I wonder if they were the traitor's men. The quest that we helped solve. The noblemen's soldiers. And that's exactly what they get. Epilogue. Yeah, we've still got things to work out.
Are you all right?
More or less.
And the dragon?
Let's say it had a hard landing, impaled itself on a tree.
Did you kill it?
It's alive. You know I don't kill dragons.
But Philippa's...
In time, we'll deal with her. You know that could be one of the last dragons alive, a noble and beautiful creature.
Let's get out of here.
I guess Letho got away.
He's waiting for you.
Really?
Where the Temerians made camp. Come on.
This should be interesting. What happened here while I was gone?
All the kings had many more armed men than they should have had at a peace. During the evacuation, several skirmishes broke out. The Kedwenis clashed with the Temerians. The Order's knights raped 2 sorceresses and killed those who dared try to help them.
Do you think the council and conclave
Lovely.
will survive?
Well, they're established, and that's the only thing that prevented a wholesale massacre. Hard to say if they'll survive, but for the time being, no one's got any better ideas. Mages are part of this world, whether people like it or not. They have to have their rights, their place. Otherwise, another lodge will arise.
I don't know how to find Letho, because that's the way I would have went to get there. Oh, he's in that camp. Okay, I know where that is. Yeah. It was inevitable there was going to be a witch hunt. Because if a witch does something wrong, they're just going to blame every single sorceress, because sorceresses and witches hold power. And it doesn't take much for people to... Because people don't like having other people hold power over them. Especially something that's not earned or gained, it's just a birthright. So yeah, it'd be very easy to just start a witch hunt. Get rid of them. Who's that? Oh, it's Roche with the kid. He saved the kid.
Vernon Roach, step away from the child.
She's of royal blood. Temerian. Too good for you, Horsens.
You're an outlaw, wanted in all the north. Hand over the child and perhaps the king will show you mercy.
I pass on Kedweni mercy.
Roach!
Triss! We can't let them have her! This is Foltest's daughter!
I've heard enough. Grab them!
Oh, you'll not have her. Not at all. Oh, she's firing fireballs at beast mode. Get wrecked. Oh, Tristan nearly got you with a fireball
I
there.
failed. Deathmold got away. Thanks, Geralt.
You got the princess
needed my
though.
help. You know that. The Nilfgaardians outwitted us all.
What are you talking about?
They kidnapped Triss. The Emperor dispatched the Kingslayers using the Lodge as a decoy, all in order to breed chaos in the northern kingdoms.
Temeria is lost. Radovid and Henselt will divide it between them. They've signed the relevant treaty.
It's not lost. Temeria will be reunited. Get the child out of here. Take her far away. Far from the kings, their courts, and their wars. One day, she'll reclaim her heritage.
What about you, Geralt?
I'm going after the Kingslayer.
A man of his word.
It's personal now.
Farewell then, White Wolf. I trust we'll meet again in better times.
Farewell, Roach.
Excellent. That was a good outcome. It's right though. Being around kings, wars, and traitors is no place for a child.
Where's Yorvith?
No,
How is Yorvith?
no matter the
Proud,
blood.
I think. The reward on his head has never been greater. Those seeking him, the Scoia'tael hunters, will be reinforced. The special forces throughout the north will receive more resources. The Council and the Conclave are assigning several mages to the task. Yorvith is now public enemy #1. They won't rest until they find him.
Wonder what's going on in here. Oh, look at this person trapped in the vines.
This is no place for witches. Though I know you and you appear wherever something important happens.
True, though sometimes by accident.
And this time, also a coincidence?
Let's say I have something to take care of.
In that case, hurry. Once we're done cleaning up this mess created by the royal soldiery, Loch Muin will be magically sealed.
Getting out of here?
Temporarily. We shall return soon enough to rebuild the city. Loch Muin will regain its former glory. Until that time, we need to keep the treasure hunters and troublemakers out.
So Radovid trusts you?
We shall win His Royal Majesty's trust by delivering Sheila de Tansarville and the other traitresses from the lodge.
That could take a while. Sheila's fled Loch Muin via Megascope.
We have time. She cannot hide forever. Sooner or later, she will be ours. Forgive me, I must attend to some matters. And don't dawdle. The city will be sealed in 1 hour.
1 hour. Let's go, baby. There he is. I don't know if it's just me, lads. I've got absolutely no ill will against this guy.
There
He was just doing a job, wasn't he?
Wait for me.
Geralt.
To be fair, if someone paid me to kill kings, I'd probably do it.
This is between me and him.
You don't have to.
I do. He knows how I lost my memory. Wait for me at the city gate. If I'm not there within the hour, leave without me.
I just want to know who hired him. See if it's true of my theory it's Nilfgaard.
Took you a while? Is that bauble from Sheila's Megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the Megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
I let her escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the Royal Witch Hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
Not my problem.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first, vodka.
I only drink with friends.
What about old acquaintances? Eh? Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
The winter solstice 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying. The hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every Witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our Witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Right, what do we want to know about first? Who hired you?
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion.
Yeah.
You know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
How did a Witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be.
Really?
Witcher's schools in the South fell into ruin long ago. And Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
See what I mean? Can you remember when I said last episode when we chose to save Triss over the girl? I do things. I'm selfish in that I'd choose the health of my friends and family and those close to me over the greater good. That's exactly what this guy did. He was willing to sacrifice the whole North so that he could build his Viper School back up with his friends. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every Witcher who wears the Viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the spectral riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race. But they turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary Omen of War proved to be a fairground attraction.
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres. Know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern.
Shit, tell him, because I want to know what it is.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Serret, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful. No violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
Is that
What
Empha?
happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir.
Emir.
As
That's
I
how you
see
say it.
They learned of the lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire.
She was when I left.
And that matches up with exactly what Sheila told us.
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here.
We have to fight him
The
regardless.
Imperial army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Well, you would never have a chance of killing me, but I'm not about to kill you. I've got no beef with you whatsoever.
I've learned all I wanted to know. I can feel the memories coming back. Your death won't change a thing. Go where you will.
Just like that. No threats. No words of wisdom.
You going or not?
Farewell, Geralt.
Listen, if the threat is the Wild Hunt, I'll tell you who I'd rather have on my side, and that's another school of witches.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant. Flotsam remained Temerian, while command of the garrison and town went to a Vizima noble, a sworn enemy of Kedwin and an avid angler. To this day, folk gather round bonfires in Lobendon to hear of the Witcher's deeds. The Witcher witnessed a great Kedwini victory in Edirn. At Verging, Henselt's army crushed Saskia the Dragonslayer's motley force, ending the springtime of races. Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before, powerful Kedwen swallowed Upper Edirn whole. Yet subsequent events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. Dark clouds had been gathering over Temeria since Foltest's death. Stripped of its king, the land was like a rich cloth which nobles began to shred. These minor scavengers, however, scurried off in fear when true predators reached out for their prize. The summit at Loch Muin sealed the fate of Foltest's realm, when Radovid of Redania and Henselt of Kedwin divided it between them.
That's a pretty strong alliance.
Years before, Geralt of Rivia had witnessed the fall of the Council and Conclave of Mages. The summit in Loch Muin re-established both bodies, their founders sacrificing Sheila de Tanzerville and her accomplices. Yet Radovid also required humility and loyalty from the proud mages, but this did not sit well with all of them. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses.
I bet you did, Dandelion.
This tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
So there we go. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get to fight Letho at the end. I think you should have been able to fight him and then be like, I don't want you dead, or choose to execute him at the end. I think that would be better for like a final boss. So my thoughts on the game. I really enjoyed the game. I thought chapter 3 was dog shit. I thought they could have made chapter 3 so much better, and that would be just make the landscape that you walked about in less like a maze. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. It reminded me of Vizima from the first game, which also wasn't fun at all. But other than that, it was. I really liked it. The combat system. I like the combat system with Witcher 1. I like the timing to click. I feel like the combat in this, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the combat in 1. I think it was clunky. I kind of feel that the dodging system was a complete waste. Because you don't get iframes on the dodge, it means it's not reliable to use. And also what I did notice was, if you dodge away from your opponent, if that opponent's attack hits, then you get hit with that 200% backstab damage. So really you can only dodge left or right. I think it was very poorly implemented. The story I thought was great. I love the interactions between the characters and the storyline. The best thing about The Witcher 2 over The Witcher 1 was the fact that it was a lot more linear. I prefer that style because you can stick to the quest, the main quest, stick to what your goals are, and do a few side quests here and there, because there weren't that many side quests in this, but the side quests that were there were pretty good. Like, on first thoughts, I thought that the monster contracts were a bit shit because they weren't just hunt monsters. But then I thought to myself, that's actually really good, because the monster contracts are more than just kill things. You had to like read up on the enemies, find out what you had to do, find out how you would kill their nests, find out how you can purge the ruins, like in the chapter 3. So yeah, overall I thought it was a great game, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck into Witcher 3, which I want to start immediately after this playthrough. So this is going to be a full trilogy playthrough, so everything's fresh in my mind, although I do have trouble remembering a lot of people's names. That's one thing this game could have done a lot better, and I think Witcher 1 as well. When you're talking to someone, I would greatly appreciate if their name was displayed somewhere on the screen, because I do have issues putting the face to the name with people, and the more you see their face and their name together, the more you can associate it with them, which means I can remember, oh, that's that guy that stood over there, or that's that guy that we spoke to before. And I did struggle with that in chapter 3 when we were talking to the nobleman. Was it see, I forgot his names. Kinslet? Kremet the Frog? I don't know what he's called. And the other one, Macroni or something. Like, because we had very few interactions with them, when the quests were talking about their names, I was like, who the fuck are we talking about? You know what I mean? And I think that would definitely be helped if the character names were displayed on screen, whoever you were talking to. Other than that, I thought the decisions that you got to make were great. You can't just shoot, like, I imagine people can play through this game and not pay much thought to what's going on and just make a snap rash decisions on any choice that they're allowed to make. But I liked how I actually thought about them. It gave me a chance to think, like, yeah, are we actually doing what I think's right, or are we just doing it out of revenge? Like, I was dying to kill Henselt. Once I felt slighted, I was like, this guy's got to die. But then when I thought about it, I was like, if I was in Henselt's position, I probably would have murdered all of Roach's men as well, because Roach was technically spying on Henselt. Like, he was doing it. Roach wasn't. Roach and his men weren't. What's the word I'm looking for? Weren't the innocent third party. You know what I mean? And I did respect Henselt, that he's so ruthless that that's what you have to do. And sometimes when countries are being destabilized, you need someone that's going to make them decisions. Just say, here, I don't trust none of these, and we can't just let them go. We have to kill them all. And yeah, that's what I think of that. And I think me and Hensel did have a good relationship. It was mainly Death Mold. I think Death Mold was a snake, and the biggest problem Hensel's got is that he is in Death Mold's company. I don't think that's good for him. But yeah, great game, top tier. Can't wait to see how the story progresses. Like I say, in the past I have played The Witcher 1, and I played it again before this game. This is the first time I played The Witcher 2, so this is the first. This was completely new to my virgin eyes, and I enjoyed it. I still think it holds up to in 2022. I still think it holds up as a good game to play. I think most people will enjoy this game if they play it. I don't think it's necessarily bad. Yeah, the combat system's a bit shit. I don't when we fought the. Can you remember a couple episodes ago when we fought that mage in the sewers, and he kept spawning those gargoyles? That really put the combat system to its test, and it wasn't capable. Switching between signs, activating them, having enemies be immune to any type of stagger or spells when they're in animation, when they're either drawing a sword or putting a sword away. That's very, very poor. I do think that's unacceptable, and I don't know how that wasn't picked up during testing. Like for example, do you know if you're an archer shooting a bow at you, and you run towards the archer and he starts to get a sword out? If you hit him with any sort of spell as he's transitioning from changing his weapon, the spell will have no effect on him. It'll deal damage, but if you're using art, it won't knock them back or anything. It'll just absorb it. It's shit, that. And that was the same for when we were fighting that sorcerer with the gargoyles. It was just inconsistent, and Quen takes so long to cast. You're in such a small room. It wasn't fun at all. Don't get me wrong, I understand it's to be a challenge, but if a game is going to be challenging, I think it has to be a fair challenge. I don't think that was a fair challenge at all. And the only way I did beat him was I managed to get the sorcerer stuck in the corner, so his fireballs hit off a pillar instead of me, and then I could tackle the gargoyles. Also as well, that also showed a flaw in the combat system, was because you've got the two swords, you've got the silver sword and the steel sword. Steel sword's good against humans, silver against beasts. When you're trying to fight a human and two beasts, like, bro, I'm trying to kill the sorcerer which needs the steel sword, and it takes you like what? A good 10 seconds to switch weapons, because on the D-pad you've got left for your steel sword, right for your silver sword. If you've got the silver sword out and you press left to get your steel sword out, he doesn't get a steel sword out. He puts the silver sword away. Then you have to press it again to get the steel sword. It's very poor. I didn't like it at all, and especially when you don't have much time in a hard combat situation to do that. It just gives the player too much to think about, and it's dog shit. But other than that, yeah, I like the game. I did like it. Thought it was great. I love the world. I love the lore. Top tier. Can we speed this up? Can we skip this? Oh, we can't. My god, is this the slowest credits scene you've ever seen? Actually can't skip it. Oh, we can if we press escape on the keyboard though. Right, what's going to happen here? The hair. Oh, the rabbit's gonna get revenge. Hide. Shit. Poor guy. Oh, they've taken his village down. Oh shit. It's a full-on invasion. Is it Nilfgaard? It is. The south. South are invading. The world as we know it nears its end, yet the past remains the key to the future. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, lads. Oh, yeah, one more thing. And I know I'm saying a lot of the negatives is because I love the game, so I can realise its flaws. What is with the fucking dialogue in this game? The Geralt's voice audio is always lower than everybody else's. And in general, the dialogue in this game, the voices, audio levels are far too low. Watch this. Look, I want to show you something. When I started this game, I had to try and get the audio levels right. Dialogue volume max. Sound volume for swords and combat is about a 6. Music volume's 3. Bloody hell. Even at 3, sometimes the music is fucking deafening. Imagine if I had it at 10. I wouldn't be able to hear in real life. My ears would be ringing going to bed at night. And they really need to sort the fucking audio levels out, and I'm surprised they haven't. Because I've played this game in 2022, like they've had plenty of times to patch the game. I don't think CD Projekt Red have ever really been good at audio levels. I'm sure The Witcher 1 was dog shit as well, but you just try your best to mitigate it. Okay, lads, hope you enjoyed the episode. Sorry, hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and I'll see you for The Witcher 3 straight away. See you in that one, lads.